Okay, so it's time for our activities, and we're going to do all of our activities today in honor of Earth Day, which of course is today. I hope that you had a chance to listen to the rap of the Lorax by Dr. Seuss, which was on your activities for reading today, for books. And I also put a link to the cartoon, the original cartoon of the Lorax, which is only about 25 minutes. It's a lot shorter than the movie. And both of those have a really good lesson. Well, they're the same story, a really good lesson about why we need to take care of our earth. So I hope that you had a chance to listen to those and think about the ways that you can help our earth. That was your writing today. All right, so today for activities, I thought we would go ahead and sing He's Got the Whole World in His Hands. And you probably have heard that one before. I don't think we've ever sung it at our school, but it's a good one, okay? And there's motions that go with it too, but when we do the whole world, so I do, He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. So every time we do at the end, He's got the whole world in his hands. We do like that. And then I'll kind of stop with them to show you at the beginning of each. But you can go ahead and start by doing that. That way I can play the guitar too. If you don't know it, it's pretty simple, okay? All right, here it goes. He's got the whole world in his hands. 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 All right. So that's the way. So did you do all the motions? He's got the whole world in his hands. Okay, so we're going to do, He's got the little bitty baby in his hands. We do that. He's a little bitty baby in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. All right, let's do that part. Here we go. He's got the little bitty baby in his hands. He's got the little bitty baby in his hands. He's got the little bitty baby in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. Good. Now we're going to go you and me, brother, and you and me, sister, in his hands. So you and me. Okay, ready? Here we go. He's got you and me, brother, in his hands. He's got you and me, sister, in his hands. He's got you and me, brother, in his hands. Here we go. He's got the whole world in his hands. All right, very good. Okay, now we're going to do, He's got the wind and the rain. That one goes kind of fast. Wind, so whoosh, and the rain. In his hands, he's got the wind and the rain. Okay, let's do that one. He's got the wind and the rain. In his hands, he's got the wind and the rain. In his hands, he's got the wind and the rain. In his hands, he's got the whole world in his hands. All right, and the last one I always do is He's got everybody here. That's always cool when you sing it at church because there's lots of people here. Everybody here, we do wide hands. In his hands. He's got everybody here in his hands. Or in the classroom too. Here we go. He's got everybody here in his hands. He's got everybody here in his hands. He's got everybody here in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. All right, now let's sing He's got the whole world one last time. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world. Guess who came in while I was just singing that at the end? Come here. You want to come say hello? We should have done one. He's got the puppies and the kitties in his hands. You can really add about anything in there and make your own verses up too. All right, awesome. Now let's go do some fun activities to do with our earth. Okay, so for our craft to go along with Earth Day today, we are going to make something where you will need we don't have to have this, but I did a black piece of construction paper and I took my right crayon and made a bunch of little dots all over it. See there? You can also do some white paint, like if you have a paintbrush. What I would do is kind of like splatter it. I wouldn't go doo, 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 doo. You can, but I was trying to make it look like stars in space. Okay, so did that and put that to the side. Okay, and then you need a coffee filter. And I had to go out and buy some because I don't drink coffee. Mr. Scott does, but he uses a Keurig. So you can get these. We have so many in our classroom. We would have done this. This would have been another activity, but went out and got them. Okay, so and you get a ton of them. So I'm going to put the rest in our classroom when I go back sometime. All right, and then you need a blue and a green marker. Now I wouldn't use permanent. These actually will run. And that's what we want them to do. So we're going to flatten out the coffee filter. I'm going to put it right there on my table. And you know how Miss Mappus has always said no scribble scrabble? Guess what? Today is your day. Scribble all over this thing. We're going to scribble in different places. And main thing is that I have found after just trying a couple of them is you want to try to get to the edge, okay? Because that really does help it out. And just scribble some blue and some green. And they can overlap each other, and that's fine. You want to try not to have too much white because it does make it look better. With that, I'm just scribbling away. And like I said, Miss Mappus usually says, no scribbling, no scribble scrabble in kindergarten. Well, there's always an art activity that we can do. You get to do something like this. Okay. So I'm just going to try to get it as colored in. I'm going to show you just a second as I can. Just blue. And of course in our earth, the earth is much more water. There's much more water in it than there is land. I don't know if I showed that real good on mine, but that's okay. Okay, so there we go. So I just scribbled all over it there, but I made sure it was colored pretty much. Then you want to take a spray bottle of some water, or you can also just kind of get some on your fingers and drip it. Because what I have found, like if you just spray it with a really strong stream of water, it kind of washes away the thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it actually on my table here. I have another piece of paper just to protect my table because it will get the color on it. Okay, and I'm going to try to take the water. Let me see if I can show you all this. And take it and a little more. There it is. And so it doesn't run too much of it. I'm going to lightly spray, but you see I'm not like, and what it's going to do is it's going to run the colors together so it'll look like the earth, or hopefully that's what we want it to do. It's already round. You can also do it on the other side. That might be even a better way. Flip it over. Because what happened the first time I did it, I was spraying it too hard, and it actually took the color off of it. It sprayed it off. So what I want to do is make sure all of the parts get wet. So I can just take my hand and kind of rub them in, these little bits that haven't gotten water on them yet, because you're kind of spraying it. You're kind of just spreading the water a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to do that a little bit now. Okay. So it's kind of spread, and if I need some more, I can just kind of drip it on, put it on my hand and touch it. Now this is the other side, so we'll flip it over in a minute. Okay, but that's pretty good. So see how it looks? Ah, that looks pretty cool. So what I already did a couple. My fingers are looking like the earth. That's a good thing for Earth Day, huh? Earth fingers. Okay, so let's see the ones. So I did one here. And this one I put a little bit more color on. All right, that's the one I like. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, and once it's dry, I'm going to glue it on my space paper, and then it will look hopefully like Earth. And then you have an Earth Day. Hey, that actually looks pretty good. I like it. Because it's not too, like, you know, if you've ever seen pictures of Earth from far away in space, or you've seen other planets pictures. I know we didn't study space this year in kindergarten. I think you get to do that in first grade. But they always look a little fuzzy because, of course, we are seeing them from very, very far away. So what you can do, if you want a bigger picture, you can always put two pieces of paper together for space. That might look cool. And then, you know, it would be neat when you wrote today about I can help the earth by, if you connected that to it, this would be a great, great, not only craft, but also a writing about Earth Day today. So there you go. That's a fun craft that you can do, nice and easy. 2 color markers, piece of paper. You can always do this on any color if you really want to. You don't have to use black. And get a little glue on there. a little water, and you're good to go. So happy Earth Day to everybody, and have fun doing the craft.